still hold the record for most suspensions, terrorizing my teachers and peers, sending to people. Earlier this year, I had just met someone who was like, oh, I'm from Uganda, this will do great. So I passed her a bunch of kids. And then she went back and I didn't hear back from them. Kena scam.
Wow.
Your team actually won the US $1 million.
But they said,
Oh! Wow!
Oh, can I?
try
Okay.
yourself, try yourself.
That way.
Watch out, brother.
Roll over his hand.
This is really cool.
Okay, let's figure out what this is.
Okay.
Try to guess,
Okay.
For animals.
Yes, possible.
No, because it looks like the dog or
wheelchair,
cat.
the dog wheelchair.
Is it meant to charge something?
Yes.
Oh.
Is there something that I need to attach to the top of it?
Yes.
Oh.
Can I launch something with it?
Yes.
Ooh.
Wait, is this dangerous? You make weapons.
Why is it pointing at me? Why is it pointing at me?
It could be. So this is a robot that is made with our startup makes called Stickum. And this is just one of the robots you can make. So this is a very simple two-wheeled robot. When I press this button, it's going to not do anything. So the reasons why I said yes to everything is because you are able to really build anything. So you can build something for animals, maybe to rescue them, like a walker for a dog with a disability.
Okay.
You can build something to launch stuff at your teacher, which kids have built stuff to launch at me before during a workshop. It's quite open-ended. So it really is yes to everything. The whole idea is that. So once you build a basic robot, I'll give you a challenge to solve something. And then you'll modify, you'll add stuff on. So there are many different connectors.
From building lightsabers and robots as a child to building his own startup at 17 years old, he is now running $1 million STEM or STEAM business that's shaking up the education system from here all the way to Uganda. Please welcome Inkai. Woo!
Hello, sir. You have brought an interesting object here.
And wait, so what is made out of is chopsticks, a power bank, some wires,
yes, so
a PCB?
chopsticks, power bank, a PCB, custom PCB by us, and 3D printed geometric connectors.
So the things you could do with a Lego set are quite scary.
Yes, I would say it's quite comparable to Lego, apart from the cost. So you see many different colors. You'll see extra chopsticks to build stuff.
Interesting.
It's like a all-in-one kit.
Wait, so this is what you created at 17?
Yes,
What the heck? In school?
in
Like
the
a school
lab of
project,
Singapore
right?
Poly.
Wait, like the lecturer asked you to do this or?
No, so I was in my first year of Poly. I was studying engineering with business. But before I entered Poly, the few months between graduation and entering Poly, I was quite bored. I wanted to teach kids how to become problem solvers. I had this whole idea of, I want to teach kids how to build stuff. So started working as a robotics teacher and very quickly realized that actually teaching robotics at like private enrichment centers, robotics centers, or even going school to teach, you were not like really teaching them. You're just getting them to copy the robot and then copy the code. The second issue is that it's mostly accessible to middle to upper middle class kids because if you have a very tight budget, you're not going to send your kid for coding classes, right? So I think with all those things in mind, my idea was how do I create something that is more accessible than a lot of the big STEM education companies out there. More accessible, more fun. And I kind of settled on this idea of, okay, we're going to build a robotics or STEAM kit. STEAM stands for science, tech, engineering, math, and arts. The A is art. So apart from coming up with the product, we also had to talk to teachers and figure out how to sell to schools, sell to parents, and everything.
What level of knowledge do you need to... Like,
Zero.
I don't know anything about coding. How long will it take me to learn?
Zero. You don't need to know how to
Bro,
code.
zero. No,
I cannot
You
code.
don't know zero.
Zero.
Like there's a manual.
There are online like instructions.
Okay.
But I literally have either it's a P3 kid who has never built a robot before in Singapore,
Okay.
a teacher in Uganda, or some old ama at the CC. They've all built Stickum before. And they can
Amma
all
at the CC
do,
building
yes.
catapults.
Yes, robot, chopstick
They
robot.
fight each other.
Were teachers like supportive of this? Was your parents like supportive of this when you were growing up?
They're very supportive, very lucky.
Aw.
For some context, I had 2 primary schools. I first went to Pei Hwa, and then my mom thought, okay, if it's too academic, I'm going to switch him over to Bukit Timah Primary, which is considered a bit more neighborhood at the time. It didn't help much. It was, I was still getting in trouble. I still hold the record for most suspensions.
For what?
Wow, all sorts
What
of
were you
stuff.
doing?
sending computer viruses to people.
So you're the nerdy rebellious type.
I wouldn't even say nerdy, just
No,
like
like-
terrorizing my
like
teachers and peers.
So this
primary
could
and
have turned out
secondary.
very horribly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that they didn't see it as that, this is your problem and you need to be disciplined.
It's the
Rather, I can
environment.
channel your...
Correct. Yeah. So my parents have always been very supportive. It's very unconventional also. My mom is a breast cancer coach. So she had breast cancer, and now she coaches other women. And then my dad likes to build stuff.
Oh, he also
He
engineer.
loves building
He's a
stuff.
tinkerer.
He likes
as
to
well.
build stuff that doesn't need to be built.
like what?
Like a
Okay.
shelf at home. Then he'll like, let me just build it myself. Don't need to buy, I just build. Then he built it with all these features like can lift up one.
Mr.
Elevated. Very, very I think that's where I got
You were
the,
inspired
the building
from
genes
there.
from.
Got it.
So they never scold you before when like
Of
they
course,
get the
scold
call?
lah. Of course, So I remember also very clearly something that looking back is very different is I remember sitting down with my dad in the car and I was like, "Pa, I'm gonna skip my AMF paper." And then he sat for a moment and he was like, "Have you thought through the consequences and the trade-offs and everything?" And I said, "Yeah. Like I know what's gonna happen." He said, "Okay." So then he also said, "Okay, you make sure you tell your mom properly." Shout out, uncle. So when you're younger, like primary school, you get in trouble, obviously they'll freak
Yeah.
out. But then as you get older, they kind of see that, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's kind of growing up also. Give him a bit more space. Yeah. But I think from primary school to secondary school, I slowly transitioned from building all kinds of like silly, useless, dangerous stuff to pivoting it into tech for good. So assistive technology, stuff that actually helps people instead of making their life worse.
What was the pivot though?
Yeah,
What
how,
made
how
you
you
switch?
go from the villain arc to protagonist arc?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. In P5, my dad introduced me to this organization called Engineering Good. Basically, they take engineers and people that like to make stuff like me, and they'll basically pair them with people with disabilities. So, for example, someone who is stuck in a wheelchair with their hands curled up, they're not able to open a door by themselves.
Right.
So they will take engineers and tinkerers and they'll get them to modify or create solutions for them. Whether it's through 3D printed spoon holders or maybe something to latch onto a door to help them open it with a press of a button. We'll basically create very, very helpful stuff that gives them more mobility. And I think it was through this where I realized, I don't have to build dumb stuff. I can actually build useful things.
You said you went to SP, right?
Yes.
Why did you choose SP? Are they better are they known for this?
So when I was looking for courses, this wise man said,
Which one?
I don't know which wise man.
Talking about your teachers,
someone
right?
told me.
Random dudes.
I know, I forgot who told me, but this person told me any engineer can become a businessman. You look like Jensen Huang, all those different people like that build companies. But they said no businessman can become an engineer because once you do business, it's very hard to go into engineering again. So with that in mind, I was like, okay, I love building stuff. I like tinkering. I don't want to lose touch with my engineering side, but I also want to learn about business and how to create companies, how to do startups. And it's very hard to pick which one. So I was looking around for courses. There was this whole concept of engineering with business. And I think at that point, there were only like 2 schools offering it. Need to fact check. But it was either SP or another one which was quite far away from my house.
When you joined, right, was it what you expected?
It was exactly what I imagined because before I signed up for it, I reached out to all the seniors and asked them, how is the course?
Okay.
Very kiasu.
No. Smartest thing to do.
SP came to my school during Sec 4, right? Then they say, if you come to SP, you can go to, then they flash a Mickey Mouse face, Disney World. Then I'm like, that is the school I'm gonna go. Then I signed up. Then I
Wait,
only
what's the
put,
context of the Mickey?
sorry, like tourism.
Mascot school.
It's not a course anymore. It's not a course anymore. But at that point of time, they were like the only poly that linked with Disney World to have an internship. Then we had to go to the cruise because they teach you like how to
Etiquette,
scoop
right?
etiquette, how to scoop the soup, that kind. We had to be waitresses. So you have to attack another class. So like you will role play as like the patrons, and then the other class will be your waiter. So you have to be like damn rowdy patrons. Like you spill the soup, then you act like a character, So you
That
have
makes
to
sense.
switch.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
I love to be
So
Karen.
they have to see how to handle like a difficult customer.
Don't you think it's so
That makes
fun?
sense.
Wait,
Yeah.
what poly is this?
SP.
Oh, it's also SP. The heck?
No, it's quite interesting because it sounds very hands-on. Then currently we actually also have an intern that is also from SP. And so the interesting thing was that he's also in some like business administration kind of course, right? Then he said in year one, they kind of learn all the basics and then they will get split into different groups. So one class have about 4 groups and then it's like a Shark Tank. So it's very, very hands-on. You have to think of a business idea. If I'm not wrong, they give you about like a $2,000 budget. Then you can think of how to grow your money essentially. And then after you pitch, then I think there are 2 teams that will win.
Yeah.
Then the losing teams will get merged together. Then they will actually build the business over the course of their next few years. So it's quite amazing. And I'm amazed because I didn't get to go to poly.
So you already had the idea to do this before you enter poly?
No, only during poly. When
What was it that sparked it then?
I was doing I already knew that the STEM education field was quite rabak. And I had thought enough to see that this is not how kids should be learning.
Okay.
And then I think it was because during poly we have a lot of downtime to work on projects and everything. It gives me a bit of clarity like, I want to work on my own project and build something of my own.
Right. And then there's a cost because like, for example, like with the intern, right, who's also from SP, he also was able to build his own like apparel business through a program or one of the courses in school. So is it the same for you?
Yes. So we had modules where we had to come up with startup ideas and build it. Lucky for me, I already had the idea of Stickum.
Yeah. So that's where the business overlaps with the engineering side.
Correct, yeah.
Wow, damn useful eh. Yeah, no, I also think poly is quite different now because we managed to speak to a lecturer from a poly also, right? And she was explaining how it's so different now. The way, the style of teaching has changed because students and kids now, right, they have so much more access to resources and all that. Yeah. So it's less of them delivering the information and more of them helping to guide or tweak or discuss and have those exchanges, right? Yeah, and I also think that in your situation, something that's very helpful is that you were a little bit more exposed to how the skills are being used in the real world first. Then when you enter, right, you know how immediately that the stuff that you're learning how it's supposed to be applied. Yeah, because that was only something that I was able to experience in my last year of my degree, which was like such a waste. Yeah, when I finally experienced that, I was like, shit, I should have, even before poly, I feel like I should have gained some exposure first, whether it's through internships or whatever, before I started.
Just now he mentioned like 3D printing, right? Our intern was also telling us that because SP got some like lab or what, right?
Yes,
Then you can go and sign,
Fab
like
Lab.
do some course, you sign up, then you can 3D print stuff inside.
For free?
Yes, for free.
Yes.
Like unlimited?
Let me tell you about it. So, it was really great because so it's called Fab Lab and
Like fabulous lab.
fabrication lab.
Oh, fabrication.
But it's a very funny name. It's a very funny name at first also when I first heard like Fab Lab. So you can take electives or in your own time you can go there and just test out all the equipment. So in the first year of Stickum, every single thing we did was say it.
Enough lah, Jombo.
No, sorry. It's just everything makes sense the other way around. So
You're
a child. Someone is Stickum. So.
You're a child. You're a child. So you went through all of the innuendos already?
Yes,
in your
everything.
career so far?
Yes.
Okay.
well, the editor, you know what to do.
Keep
Everything.
it all in.
Yeah. So Fab Lab,
yep.
you have electives, and then through those electives, they will teach you how to use a 3D printer very well, use laser cutters, sticker printers, everything. Or you can just go in your own time. So when we had the first idea for it, I had no money, no resources, nothing. But I knew the Fab Lab existed. So I walked in, I just talked to the guy in charge of it. I said, hey, can you guide me through this idea? How do I get stuff going? And he basically showed me all the machines. There's like 20, 30 3D printers. There's a sticker printing machine like this.
Wow.
There's a laser cutter to cut the cardboard boxes. So literally every single thing, apart from this
Let's let him get through.
was
The editor just blinds.
Is there a full name?
Cannot do anything. That looks
Fabulous Lab.
Fabrication Lab.
Laboratory.
Not fabulous. Fabrication.
Fabrication lab.
Wow, damn hot serious.
Maybe you should say the full name.
Say the full name.
Fabrication
I think the official branding is Fab Lab.
I cannot.
No, then he keep looking here, then I know what he's thinking. Then I try not to laugh. So
I try not to try contact also.
I restart. Where should I restart from?
the
makerspace.
modules.
So what's the lab called?
So there's a fabrication lab, aka like a makerspace. In a makerspace, you have 3D printers, laser cutters, machines to make mugs, basically everything. And they even have this machine that can embroider any pattern you want. So you put your shirt down, right? You put in the design, that you embroider automatically. So it's insane. You have all kinds of equipment.
They should open this to the public.
I mean, NLB has a lot of maker spaces.
Oh, really?
Yes. So that's the issue.
I didn't know about this
not many
either.
people know about these
It's
like
free.
free resource. You just need to sign up. So for me, I came in with the idea already that I needed to 3D print stuff, a lot of different stuff. I needed to laser cut the chopsticks.
Okay.
I needed to print stickers for the packaging.
Right.
I needed to laser cut the box. So every single thing we did was using every equipment inside the makerspace.
Wow.
And I think it was quite amazing that we didn't have to spend a single dime, maybe like $100 to buy stuff from Shopee. But everything was just using the makerspace materials.
Right.
And that's how we spent our first year. Just during that elective, you're building your business. You do anything you want. But at the end of it, you have your reporting and everything about what progress and stuff. And it's like, if I went to JC, I would not have been able to have that white space to do.
Right.
When you were there, right, in poly, were there other people like you also who like wanted to do businesses?
Yes, a lot. I'm not saying poly attracts entrepreneurs, but it gives them the space to flourish and just develop their own stuff. Because I have a lot of JC friends with great ideas, but because it's only 2 years, they're really forced to like mark very hard and really focus. But 3 years is spread out quite nicely, and you have holiday time, you have elective time. Even during class time, it's not like a lecture all the time where you're sitting in the thing and listening. It's like a lot of project work also.
Interesting. So they give you the space to continue to develop it lah. This was a project that you were embarking on alone, or do you have a team?
No,
or was it like a group
I
project?
had great co-founders. So I started this. Well, I had the idea. I sketched out on like a piece of paper, everything. Then I was like, oh shit, I cannot 3D model anything. I cannot design anything. I cannot code anything. But I have all these ideas.
Yeah.
So I reached out to my kindergarten and primary school friends.
I'm sorry. Your kindergarten friends.
Not best friends.
You were networking in
Nobody's questioning
kindergarten.
whether they're best friends. It's kindergarten, what? You all got handphone already?
You got
No, we
LinkedIn,
didn't. But
How you all stay in
But I
contact?
remember this girl that we were like friends with, and then she grew up. No, first we went to kindergarten and same primary school. And then not same secondary school, but then she went to SP also. So then we kept in touch lah. Eventually you find each other on Instagram, like all your friends.
So
I'm surprised you remember their names in kindergarten because
Yeah.
Also, you formed the team, but they were not doing the same module with you. It wasn't
No, all different modules. One was in school
I
of computing, one was she was in business, and then she switched to design school.
Okay.
So all doing different stuff. But I mean, that's the beauty of it lah. They are very strong in what they do.
Yeah.
So I got one hardware guy, one coder, and one designer.
So now how big is your team?
Wow, we have like 14 people, but full-time 4 people.
I see.
And as a flex, actually this year, if I'm not wrong, your team actually won this thing called the Hout Prize, which the layman term for it is actually the Nobel Prize for students. And they are the first Singaporean, if not maybe Asian
First
team to
Singapore
win
teams,
it. First Singapore team to win it. And it comes
That's the
with a
end.
US $1 million funding.
Chopsticks.
Yes, $1 million chopsticks.
So can you tell me a bit about like that journey?
Yeah, we signed up for it, I think, earlier this year. And then there's like a whole online thing where every single team around the world will compete. I think around 15,000 teams.
Right.
All with like fantastic startup ideas. So you pitch online, you go through national round and then regional round, all those stuff.
Yeah.
And then eventually you get to semi-finals, and then the semi-finals are in London. So you spend 1 whole month in London building your business in this beautiful castle where it's like a Harry Potter castle.
So fun.
Or like Bridgerton. You go there, you build a business. You're with 20,
Same
20 other teams that are all building like world-changing technology. Stuff for like water, filtration stuff.
Yeah.
You had stuff that recycles plastic with algae. Like really crazy stuff. And then you see like chopstick robots there. So 20 teams and then all pitching for $1 million. Only one winner. So it was quite crazy.
What made yours stand out? Do you know what helped you to win?
I mean, we have some guesses. I think the fact that we have already been operating at that point for 5 years.
Okay.
So we had a proven track record. We had actual revenue, and we had people that can actually testify this works. It's low cost, but it works. Yeah, that was one of the key points for us.
But when you say this works, right, like what is the impact you feel you have actually seen your product make on either the Singaporean education system or you also sell to schools around the world, right?
Yeah, I think when people think about STEM or STEAM education, usually think of it as they're going to learn how to code and then become an engineer or scientist in the future. But the whole point of STEAM education is not to develop engineers or scientists, is to develop this like fundamental problem-solving skill that you have. And being able to work with others, teamwork, adaptability, even creativity, things that is very hard to develop through regular, classes. So with that in mind, our whole goal of this is to develop problem solvers that they understand why they're solving certain problems and not just kind of go through life studying and then do like simple project work, but never really relate it to the bigger picture. So when we work in schools, we train up their teachers, then they have the hardware ready. They will conduct their own lessons. Whether it is simple stuff like math or science class or social studies class, using this to do hands-on learning, or doing real-world stuff like assistive technology. How can we design a solution for elderly to navigate better? How can we design a stray shelter for animals? Those are all stuff that can be done using Stickum to prototype. So I would say that's the impact. Like they are able to have a bit higher quality of a learning experience at a very low cost. I think low cost is very important here because you have a lot of products out there that they work well, but one robot itself would be $1,000 or $800. And how can a random school in Indonesia or Uganda afford this kind of stuff? They can't, right?
We talked about Uganda a couple of times. I want to know how do you end up there?
Okay, so it was like a random rural village school. And I had just met someone in Chile, South America, who was like, oh, I'm from Uganda, this would do great, blah, blah, blah. Then I was like, okay, yeah, let's pilot it. So like, I think earlier this year, he had someone that was transiting through Singapore. So I passed her a bunch of kits, like Stickum kits. And then she went back. I did an online training via Zoom for their teachers. And I didn't hear back from them. Kena scam. No, then after a few months, he suddenly sent me pictures and he said, hey Kai, we've been using this for our whole holiday period. We were able to set up a robotics club and do all this stuff. And then nothing again. He kena scam again. No. Then a few months later, recently, he sent me a picture. He said, hey Kai, because we were able to open this robotics club and coding club, our school just ranked #1 in the country for this. And this is like a random rural school. This is not like a fancy international school that has all the resources. They used Stickum to set up their robotics club and they were able to rank #1. So that's why it's my favorite story. It's because we have use cases in Singapore where we have top schools, we have neighborhood schools using us. That one is great. But then the fact that they have the exact same resources as a school in Uganda or Indonesia or India, and they have the same learning outcomes, to me it's quite cool that our product can do that.
Definitely. That's why it's like a village, like a rural
Correct,
school.
yeah,
That's,
correct.
When was this?
That's very cool.
Just very recently, a few weeks before we won the Hawk Prize. So we put it in our pitch right as we got the
Yeah,
news.
that'll do it.
Correct, yeah.
The white savior complex is what we're doing.
He was waiting for the email from Uganda.
No,
Like,
I didn't know he was going to send me. That's the beauty of it.
yeah,
We didn't know that was the outcome.
That's very nice.
I would assume you've gotten to see maybe different education systems like throughout your what is this career?
Career journey,
Yeah.
lah. Startup journey.
Yeah, throughout this journey, right? Well, how do you feel that they differ like from the Singaporean one, and what could we learn, I guess, from each other?
Don't I sound like I'm peddling MOE, but honestly, MOE does a great job. Like I know people love to like shit on MOE and say, oh, it's too tough, it's stressing kids out. But I think if you step out of the Singapore space, which I think many Singaporeans haven't done yet, and you really get to experience what education systems look like overseas, especially when it's not private schools overseas, then I think it's much easier to appreciate how well resourced our schools are, how well trained our teachers are. Although they have very, very high workload, they are very, very well trained and very, very well supported in terms of teacher training or budgets or anything. The $6,000 budget for like a small program in Singapore is a yearly budget for a whole school overseas. So with all this being said, seeing all these different education systems, I would say that our education system is honestly quite robust, and they're trying to shift towards developing 21st century competencies. So stuff like problem solving, adaptability, critical thinking, which hopefully we can accelerate that lah, make it easier for every single school to do it faster instead of waiting for like 10 years to trickle down slowly.
So then, I guess on the flip side, since you talk about a heartwarming story, what do you feel like has been the most challenging part of your journey so far?
Probably growing myself as a founder, because someone told me this really great thing recently, which was about, they said, if you start a startup at a very young age, it's almost the same as being like this teenage parent, where you had this baby at a very young age, and the baby needs to survive, right? So you're scrambling, losing sleep, trying to make sure that the baby can grow up and survive. But there will come a certain point where it's no longer about survival, but it's about thriving and developing like a proper adult or like proper startup and company that can function without you. So along this journey, it's just learning about myself, learning about how I work with others, and learning about business and education. and everything.
Do you all feel like as an adult there's something that you finally understand about the school system that back then you all didn't get it?
So because I was so mischievous, right? And I was growing up like hating all the teachers that were mean to me, everything. But now
What did they do?
everything made me stand outside class.
They make him wake up from his nap.
Like that only. They interrupted you.
They made you stay outside because you hack their phone.
I try to nap, then they wake me up.
Then you hack their phone. The audacity
Break into
of
the internet. What?
No, as in,
that's crazy.
As in, just like flung my bag across the class, empty
okay.
out in front of everyone.
Oh my God.
That's all
But
fine.
then
Yeah.
nothing come out. Oh, it's
Yeah, no, but I think now looking back, there were like good teachers and there were teachers that were not so nice to me or not so like well trained in this. And I think the main difference was that the ones that were nice or understanding is because they were able to see the value outside of academics.
right.
Instead of just seeing that this kid's naughty, let me figure out how to make him not naughty anymore. So instead of doubling down on, discipline,
Yeah.
they will actually try to nurture the part that actually you're good at. And I also realized, my mom told me this recently, that teacher that flung my bag across class, and I really, really hated, she told me that they found out after a few years was that period where he was super rude to me and like very, very mean to me was because he had some stuff going on in his own family. So then it made me like, oh wow, they're also like people, like teachers are also like very human also.
It's the relationship skills, it's the empathy, it's all this,
It's like emotional regulation also, stuff that, seems obvious to you as you grow up. Maybe to some people not so obvious, but it's like as you grow up, then you start to see, why people react certain way and everything.
Damn.
Legit.
Unfair to take it out on you, but I think you deserve some of it.
I mean, it's not fair. I think I did
You
deserve
deserve
some
a
of
bit
it.
of it,
Yeah.
I got to this point later in life when I was like, everything clicked, but it clicked too late. We had this one chemistry teacher in school. Our original chemistry teacher was pretty and so we did quite badly. But this one other teacher, we love her. Her name is Josephine and she's an absolute angel. And so she took a bunch of us unloved kids from various classes. She put us together in this sort of like after school, like, you are stupid at chemistry, I'm going to make you better.
Yeah.
And then she taught us with like the concept like with love. And I was like, that's the only reason why I didn't fail my chem like at O level, like I got like a B or whatever out of it, is because of this one teacher who decided like 4 months before O levels.
Great teachers do make a very big difference.
Yeah, they really, really
I can
do,
name
yeah.
all of them by immediately.
Right. Yeah, you remember them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All my teachers were like super nice to me and like they helped me learn, and everyone around me, right, in my cohort like to study.
Oh.
But like they are not like goody two shoes that kind. It's like the play hard, work hard kind. Like even the alien is studying. Like even the worst class, right, is studying for like O levels happily.
So wholesome.
As if we get caught for like the stupid like the hair or whatever, the skirt lah, pierce, so how many piercings, right? But then when we in the classroom, right, even the piercing girl is like studying very hard. Then like the alien over there scolding, but she also do her homework. Like
Wow.
I feel like
in between her homework.
She's calling.
no, like after school they a bit rebellious, but then during class they like,
Yeah.
you know, then after school the eyeliner come out. That kind.
So she studied, she go, hey, you need screen protector or not? Then she still
I don't know, in general it was like, just study law like, with everybody. But I don't understand math. Primary school I get the 2 times 2 whatever, right?
Okay.
For calculation.
Yeah.
But then after that it's like, the only time we deal with numbers is OTP.
No, honestly, I don't get it. Why 2 times 2 equals 4?
Wow.
Because there's 2 of 2s.
I think that's chemistry for me. Chemistry
Oh, yeah, you just don't get
it's
the...
so abstract.
yeah.
Actually, you have to teach students quite a bit, right?
Yes.
It's like that. Is it
It's still
difficult?
like that. It's still like that. But because now that I understand what it looks like, maybe when a kid is like with special needs is like melting down, I'm able to spot before he melts down that okay, maybe he needs somewhere quiet. So
Crash out incoming.
I know it's about to crash out, so I can actually kind of separate him and make sure that he doesn't get overstimulated or that.
I see.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And yeah, it's also kids are gross lah. I mean, they'll pick their nose, pick their butt, then touch the robot. Then I'm like, can you bring this to the toilet and go wash it, please? It's,
You say so nice.
Wait, I can,
yeah, that's why it's separate from the rest. Yeah. Then they try to use their teeth and like
Oh my-
take stuff. But I think that's part of the.
What have you built here?
This is my own set. Don't
tried
worry.
to
It's my own set.
innovate.
Yeah.
So you yourself have bitten it on at some point?
I have not.
Okay.
We got tires for that. That's
Okay,
why we
okay.
introduced, like,
He rolls in with an army of robots ready to defend him also, okay?
Yeah, but yeah, lah, I think that's part of the experience of tactile learning.
Do you do this for adults?
Yeah, we do for teachers a lot. Because
So they can
think-
teach also.
Exactly, and also show them that robotics is not very difficult. We do it for elderly. We have done stuff at like elderly center where like some 80-year-old ama can build a robot.
Yeah. What's the expansion like for Stickum?
So right now, I mean, with the $1 million, we obviously can run more experiments, go to new countries and see how we can. Yeah, well, we're still quite savvy with it.
Oh,
'Cause
thank God.
you don't get $1 million upfront. I think everyone thinks that you just give them your pay now, then they send you $1 million.
Then?
They send it in tranches. So like 100K tranches or 150K tranches.
So your car is installment lah.
That too. The Lamborghini is coming slowly. No, but
Is it still dependent on like you got to keep showing progress for them to keep giving you the money, or can they stop it halfway?
yeah, you set your milestones and then you discuss with them. It's not like they don't want to give you the money. They want to make sure you succeed. But they also want to make sure that because you guys all it's a student startup, right?
Yep.
So they also want to make sure that they're not going to give you $1 million, then suddenly disappear. Oh, we shut down already. Sorry.
Conveniently 2 days after.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it makes sense lah.
Yeah.
Do you have mentors and all that currently?
With a
Also?
lot of mentors. My first like official mentor, I also found out firstly through the Philip Yeo initiative, PYI. And I only found out about that because of SP's spin-off. So it's their startup incubator in-house for SP.
Okay.
So all the startups that need support, they will go there and they kind of show you how to do stuff. We got a grant from them, $5,000 grant, but also mentorship and advice and everything. And then we found out about the Philip Yeo initiative through spin-off.
What is
I
the
see.
Philip
So
Yeo
connected.
initiative?
So Philip Yeo is one of the guys that came up with Lee Kuan Yew and those early day guys.
One of the bros.
Like George Yeo.
Yeah, exactly. So
Are they related?
That same, not related.
Yeah.
Same generation. Yeah, same generation.
Oh, that's what they opened.
I don't know. Is it?
No.
Oh no.
We're just making shit out.
He was
Everybody that's your surname.
He was what?
Not really civil servant because he was always like a maverick on his own.
CDL.
But he did a lot of stuff for Singapore's Economic Development Board, EDB, chairman of EDB also. He decided to start this program where all the people that were under him that kind of went on to National Gallery or EDB or all those different stat boards and stuff, he wanted them to be able to mentor the next gen of entrepreneurs. So they basically ran this program called the PYI, where any young entrepreneurs would sign up for it. They'll get a 20K grant and also mentorship.
Right.
The mentorship is from very high quality mentors. Like my mentor is the former head of HR for EDB. And she basically handles a lot of people. And she had a very, very long career in public service. So now she's like, I think my grandma's age, but still very, very sharp. So once in a while I'll go to her house
They
and
have to expose
consult her.
Next time you go and meet her then.
Yeah, it's a running joke between me and her. Like, she's like my grandma, almost like my grandma.
But can you
So-
also request to try and like connect with other people,
Yes,
like other
you can.
engineering?
You
like
can
maybe,
connect. You can just ask to connect with anyone, and they'll find a way to connect you.
So for the youth that are watching this video, what's one thing you hope that they can take away from the stuff that you have learned so far?
I think for secondary school kids, if you're considering whether to go JC or Poly, or what to do next in life, I would say that for me, going to Singapore Poly was actually very pivotal because it gives me a lot of white space to pursue my own business idea, develop myself, and just grow something that I was interested in. Because even if I didn't do Stickum, I think having that white space and being able to study a course that I want to, instead of studying random like Geog or AMath, I think having that kind of space was very helpful for me.
Yeah.
So if you are someone that, already feels like you're not really good at going down this academic path, I think Poly is a great option.
What are the open houses like now? When I was trying to choose Poly that time, right? The only exposure I had to Polys, right, was to go for their open houses. They got like all the big like multi-day
Free
camps, that kind of
popcorn, free
nonsense, right?
popcorn.
Like totally did not tell me anything about Poly life. Like just come here, socialize, make friends. We try to make it as fun as possible, right? But when I left already, right, I don't know anything. I don't know what Poly is going to offer me. Like it didn't give me a realistic perspective of what it was. Yeah.
I think they try to make it more like realistic now. They give you like tours of the courses. Then they have something they also do is sometimes they'll get me to actually come and share with students about my time in SP.
Okay.
From like a very non-biased perspective, I just share everything. Still got popcorn, still got cotton candy, all those. I think that one hasn't changed yet. So go on to SP, just go walk around.
Okay, SP Open House, 8 to 10 Jan 2026, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Wow.
Okay, so we've come to the end of this episode. A big thank you to Inkai for spending time here despite
Thank you.
being very
Congratulations,
busy.
sir.
Thank you for having me.
Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. I hope you are not sleeping in class right now.
When I entered Poly, right, because I did 10 years of boys' school. So when I entered Poly, right, bro, like, it's just girl. Then, first time trying to interact with female around all the time. Then I like, wow, that one really block up everything.
You needed a class for that. Huh?
Yeah, then after that, when I go to army, right, after Poly,
Back to
right,
boys,
then got clarity. Like, that's why I learned all people's skills.